Bum, bum. Hi, this is Emmy. I'm gonna play through the beginning of Hades, show you what it feels like to jump right in for the first time. Some content notes before we start. We're gonna be doing lots of action combat with a big swingy sword, slashing through ghosts and skeletons and stuff. And there's a lot of blood in the aesthetic, not really like there's a little bit of the sort of like gore style blood, but mostly just like we're gonna see a blood river like very soon. And I do think it looks very cool. Alright, let's head on in.
Few tales are told of Hades, whose very name inspires fear and penitence, reminding us of the inevitable fate which we all share. I, however, mean to tell you such a tale. Listen carefully.
Alright.
Goodbye, Father.
And so with that, we are dropped right into the dungeon. You can see the ghost people wandering around. You can see spooky hands coming out of the place. Alright, let's head on in.
I'm leaving. Try and stop me.
Alright, first combat at the dungeon. I have a dodge move I can do. I have a basic sword attack.
You're nothing.
Alright. This is a second enemy type we're gonna see. These witches shoot projectiles at you. So this one I'm gonna hit with my cast. It's a ranged attack that I have. I only have one of them, which you can see in the bottom left corner, but when I kill the witch, it pops back out and I can use it again. Alright, one more move I have is this big circular AoE I just showed you there. It does knockback, and you can use it as much as you want. Its the only downside is just that it's slow. Alright, and this is the first upgrade of the dungeon. These are really cool. They're all fully voice acted, and they have a lot of unique dialogue, so it's gonna be a while before you see the same thing twice, like a very long time. Alright?
It's got to be her. Then here goes nothing. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Hail, noble cousin. Now, let's get you from that miserable place. I'll see that all of us upon Olympus do our part, beginning here with me.
I just love her design. Look at her little owl. Okay. So, when we get an upgrade, we get to pick one of three things to do. And Athena's big thing is deflect, which shoots things back at the enemies. So we're offered a somewhat stronger attack with deflect. We're offered a somewhat stronger cast with deflect. We're also offered a little bit of damage on our dash with deflect. I think the dash one is really good. I really like you to just like run around and shoot things back at people really easy, so that's what I'm going to take.
I know you can't hear me all the way where you are, goddess, but thank you.
Oh yeah, our dash now has this cute little Athena shield effect on it. It's cute. Alright. So these little skulls are something to watch out for. They'll just charge at you, and so if you're prepared, no big deal. But if you're not, then they can sneak up on you and cause problems. This one's a bit tricky to get because she's hovering over a little spike trap. So what I'm going to do is just wait for her to shoot one of these projectiles and use my new deflect dash to shoot it back. Pew, pew, pew. Alright, grab this key. It's one of the currencies for upgrades in this game. And then we head on to the next room. Each door gives you a preview of what's gonna be the reward for the next room. This one's gonna be an upgrade from Artemis, so I'm pretty excited for that. Artemis she's a sweetie. Alright. Oh, there's these explosive traps to watch out for now too.
A divine arrow.
Cool. This is upgrade number 2. Let's take a look.
There's only one heavenly archer I know of. Well, several, really. Anyway, in the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
I heard about you. Look, I'm not like all the others on Olympus. The power of the hunt helps keep me company, so maybe it'll help you too.
Alright, so here's our choice of 3 for Artemis. Artemis's thing, you remember how Athena's thing was deflect? Artemis's thing is critical hits. And so we're offered a slightly stronger attack with a crit chance, we're offered a slightly stronger cast with a crit chance, and we're also offered this sort of special one that adds a crit chance to any damage we do. There's a number of secondary damage effects in this game, and so that's what this stacks onto. I think we're using the attack the most in this run, so that's what I'll put this bonus on.
The power of the hunt sounds like good company to keep.
Alright. Speed enemies are important to watch out for too. Similar to the skulls, they'll sort of charge at you if you're not paying attention. But they're a lot bigger and a lot tougher.
They absorbed my blow.
Ooh, cool. So we also get to show you armored enemies. So you might have noticed that when I've been attacking people, I can just sort of walk up to them and swing my sword at them, and it's no problem because my attacks interrupt them, but not armor. You probably saw there that like I took a big hit there, whereas now I can just walk up to him and slash. So the armored ones you have to watch out for. Both these have a ton more health, but also they have immunity to that interrupt and immunity to that knockback. Okay, so for this room, we've been offered a choice of 2
Each
exits.
exit has its own reward.
This one over here is a shop. I don't have a lot of gold, so I'm not going to do that. This one will get me more gold. Alright, if you watch, you'll see sometimes my attacks have a big number on them. It's like a big number 100 or like that 90 there. That means the crit chance happened. Alright, my health's getting low, so I'm going to need to be a bit more careful. In this game, there's not a lot of healing. For the most part, you just need to protect your health. Ooh, almost took a pretty big hit there. Alright.
Coin for Charon.
Cool. This one is gonna be...
Can't heal myself, but I can fight.
Alright, so we're offered 2 choices. I'm gonna be a bit bold and take the mini-boss room that will give us another Artemis upgrade.
Uh-oh.
Alright. So these 2 throw bombs. They also are both armored. You can see my crits coming out there. Almost got this one. Up. Alright, so that's the end of this run. And at the end of each run, we...
Damn it.
show right back up in the House of Hades.
I'm home.
You can see all the little ghosts milling about.
Yes, carry on everyone, don't mind me.
So this is a lot of what I love about this game is that we move right from the gameplay into sort of social time. So let's talk to the big boy himself.
Stupid boy. I told you nobody gets out of here, whether alive or dead. So how was your wanton ransacking of my domain?
Greetings, Father. My ransacking was a delight, thank you for asking. So I'll just be on my way again.
Be on your way indeed. What do I care? You shall never reach the surface. Go, see for yourself.
Yep. So that's the story thread of the game is player character wants to escape hell for reasons that we will expand on over time.
I'm sorry he disturbed you, Cerberus.
And so that's what the roguelike loop of this game ends up being. Try to keep pushing further and further out of hell. You get upgrades along the way. You get, you make friends along the way. The house here sort of expands over time.
Hey, room. I'm back.
And so part of what I love about the game loop too is how everything it starts up just sort of pulls you forward, right? Like, we'll walk through the house there, we'll talk to people, and then after that, like, well, we may as well spend our little purple gems on an upgrade.
Darkness guide me.
We are offered some backstab damage. We're offered, there's an extra life one down here. For this one, I'm going to spend it on this one, which gives you, remember I said there's not a lot of healing in this game. This one gives you a little bit of healing after you clear each room, which, like, 1 heart sounds pretty tiny, but, I mean, for a game where healing is this precious, it adds up.
Nix's strength.
Right. And then talking about that game loop, now that we've spent the upgrades, I mean, we might as well walk out to the next room.
Okay.
This is the room where you pick what weapon you're going to use for your run. We have a key, so we can unlock a new one.
There we go. Coronach, the Heart Seeker. Let's deal some death. Psst, over here. What the?
Yeah, so that's our
escape through that pink
that's our
window
target
there.
dummy friend. Yeah, so the arrow is very different than the sword. You can see, like, we've got this long range attack is our main one. We've also got a spread attack we can do if we're getting swarmed, or you can just actually, like, walk up to one person and drop a lot of damage that way. Let's get the finish.
Whoops.
Dun dun dun.
Bet I got you pretty good.
Yeah, hi Skelly. Alright. I also want to show you before we go out, this shot of
I can
the
do this.
world.
First get past the wretched shades of Tartarus. Easier said than done. And doubtless I'll be running into Meg. The River of Flame ought to be just beyond. Find a way up to Elysium from there, and after that... Alright, let's give it another shot.
I love the art design. Alright. And so then, once you picked a weapon, may as well
Alright,
just
one more time.
head on out and see what upgrade we're gonna get.
Thunder. Is that...
And so that's where I'm gonna end this teaser. Cool. So this is Hades. You fight your way through hell. You get upgrades from the gods along the way, and you make friends. And it does a really good job of just keeping you playing in a way that both just like keeps your ADHD brain engaged, but also makes it feel not just like that sort of like empty calorie stimmy loop, but like gives you constant story content, constant upgrades that make this like really good feeling like repetitive game loops still feel like dynamic and meaningful, and I enjoy this game a lot. So thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful, and yeah, see you soon.